We are in Bentonville, home of Walmart home office. I came from Valdosta, Georgia, area 2615 and store 899. I came because, as you all have seen my 28 videos, I have addressed all executives, including the board of directors. And today we will turn around at these doors. I'm here to let you know that we are still on the war path. Not for war, but we love Walmart so much until we want to help save Walmart from its own destruction. We want to save Walmart. We are not here to bury Walmart. We are here to save them. We're here to point out some things that they can make improvement upon for the American people. I am a retired military veteran. I did over 20 years in the armed forces, fighting for foreigners in foreign lands that I did not know, only to come home to be treated as a second-class citizen. That's why we are here. That's why the next clip that you see will be people's here in front of the home office in Bentonville. You get the message. I need not say no more.
Respect! Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
What do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Mike up!
When do we want it?
My name's Mike up!
What do we want?
My name's Mike up!
What do we want?
Mike up!
When do we want it? What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it?
Now! Respect! Now!
When do we want it? What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect.
This is KVCI.blogspot.com. KVCI.blogspot.com. In force.
on the sidewalk.
They're giving us our rights.
You can occupy space on the sidewalk.
We want rights.
Occupy space on park
We
and
want
ride.
rights.
Sidewalk, you're on private property.
These are Walmart.
It's Walmart, I can see it.
Sidewalk.
Respect! Now! Respect! Now! Respect! Now! Respect! This is our home! This is our home! This is Walmart Associates! These are Walmart Associates! We want to open
I want the Walmart.
If you're not, you get on the sidewalk.
Okay, Walmart Associates.
What do we want? Respect! When do we want it? What do we want? Respect! When do we want it? We fed up and we won't take it anymore!
No more.
Come on, where is it?
I have all that.
I have it. There they go right there.
Oh, here you go.
That's because they knew we were
Take it off. Also, you're an associate.
an associate. I got my time card too.
They are being hard on us, y'all. They are being hard on us. They're getting physical. Keep your cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. America needs to see this. America needs to see this. Keep your cameras rolling. Keep your cameras rolling. Let the world see.
Get your phones out.
It's a line where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There's a line where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There's a lion where he's in Judah sleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There's a lion where he's in Judah sleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. The violence of this beast must cease. There's a lion in Judah. I wonder who will wake him. There's a lion in Judah. I wonder who will wake him. Get up now. There's a lion in Judah. I wonder who will wake him. Don't stop. The lion where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There's a lion where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. A lion where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There's a lion where he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
My name is George Boston Rhines. This is the continuation of my rebuttal to Walmart Stores Incorporated, store number 2615 in Valdosta, Georgia. During the last sessions, I talked about my termination, and I talked about I was going to go into my first written coaching. But after looking and reviewing the video, I want you all to be thoroughly clear on what I'm trying to outline and show concerning Walmart Stores Incorporated not training me, a department manager of sporting goods. And looking back at the videos, I told you all that I had not been trained or entered into the 4-week required training for all department managers. It's a 4-week course. So I figured I would lay this out so you could see for yourself to make sure I was not joking or lying to you. I have outlined here for your convenience this is the first week of this required training at Walmart constructed for all department managers. That's page 1, 2, 3. All this is just the first week of training. These are the papers involved in the first week of training. 3, 6, 7, 8 pages. And it requires that the department manager and the trainer or assistant manager sign off in this space right here, or initial, in every area of training on all sheets. It also states on the first page that this involved the assistant manager, the personnel associate, and of course me and the trainer. Now that's week 1. Those are the papers involved in week 1, which I was never given as department manager. But on the 20th of March 2008, I was terminated for inability to perform job, although I repeatedly asked to receive this training. Our God said he had no respect of persons. And our God said heaven and earth would pass away, but his word would stand forever. And his word is that there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed or uncovered. These are pages wherein the largest retail giant, let me repeat, the largest retail giant in the United States of America, Walmart Stores Incorporated, they generated all these sheets of paper that covered a 4-week training program for department managers in sporting goods for all Walmart stores here in the United States of America and perhaps around the world. Yet, they denied me this training. And on March 8th, 2008, they terminated me, George Boston Rhymes, a manager, under the heading of inability to perform job. Yet they never trained me on one page of this. On these pages, on every week, I'm supposed to initial off on where I was trained, dated, along with my supervisor, Frank Summerlin, and they
the presidents of Walmart Stores Incorporated, the board of directors at Walmart Stores Incorporated, after nearly 6 years, have denied me a response of any kind. It's much like what Kendrick Johnson are doing. Now, this was not in China, Walmart. This was not in Russia, Walmart executives and board of directors. This was not in China, Georgia regional manager for Walmart Stores Incorporated. This was in the state of Georgia, in Valdosta, where I was denied all of this training. Yet they denied me the right to any level of appeal. I've sent them 68 letters, over 400 videos, traveled to Bentonville, Arkansas, along with 141 other people, 40 other people. And do you know we were almost arrested? Those were people who had been mistreated just like me.
These are concerned citizens of the United States of America. They are standing on the corner, on the sidewalk. Police officers are in force, and they are ensuring the peace, we hope. We realize that Walmart has a lot of power, and we understand that under our form of government, we have a right to protest for rights. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did what he did, and as a result, he paid the ultimate price. Apparently, there are people who are in support of Walmart, but there are also many citizens who are in favor of workers' rights in America. kvci.blogspot.com, doing what we do, and that's keeping it real for you and for me. We're going to move over to week 2 of training. These are the papers that was involved in the second week of training that I should have received if I would have been treated like all other department managers. Or is it that nobody in Walmart receives any training? And if anybody received training, and if I didn't, then that's a problem. I was out here because I'm a former Walmart 40-year department manager. I worked at Walmart for 3.5 years. I was wrongfully terminated. I have sent President Mike Duke, chairman of the board and board of directors, 31 letters, 27 videos. Proof gave them 31 pages of proof that I was never trained as a sporting goods department manager. And so I came from Valdosta, Georgia, store 2715 and 899. I came here to make a difference. And I really was hoping after 3.5 years of being ignored by Walmart, I thought that they would at least listen to what we were saying today. And I'm gravely disappointed, but it did not come to the shop.
And what were you saying today? What was the message you wanted to deliver to them?
I wanted to deliver a message to them that we love Walmart. We don't dislike Walmart. We love Walmart so much until we're trying to save Walmart from itself. We're trying to save Walmart from the presidents who undoubtedly want to align us with the people of the Republic of China. But we are the people, and we have a voice. We stand for freedom, justice, and equality. So what I wanted to do, in short form, I wanted to bring all active duty military, all retired veterans such as myself, under one banner of freedom, respect for the individual. I wanted to return them back to the very foundation of Mr. Sam Walton. And I hate to say it, but I was terribly, terribly disappointed today.
Because he didn't come out.
Absolutely. But then again, I guess, after 3.5 years of being ignored, this is just a pattern in practice of something that seems like we're going to have to come another day. But they will eventually be forced to reckon with our Walmart, because our Walmart is the people of America. And without the people of America, Walmart would not exist. And when Walmart go over to China, Germany, or in foreign countries, they are nothing more than our ambassadors. And so when they go to represent us, they need to come right back here and understand that we are not going to let them make the world think that all of us approve of what they're doing in the job market. And that's the way it is. Yeah. And the third week of training, we move over to the papers for the third week of training. These are the papers. These are the papers. Here again, all of this supposed to be initialed off on, dated, to show that I was trained as everybody that worked at Walmart Stores Incorporated. But George Boston Rhymes never received this training, where store manager Hal Hallwell is the store manager. That's 1, 2, 3 weeks of training that had to be verified. Now, as I said before, I asked them to just show me proof of anything that I initialed off on or signed on. I've sent Walmart 29 letters to President Lee and President Mike Duke, and I have yet to receive a response or one of my questions to be answered.
And so in this country, something is happening now. They are saying to the American people, we don't have to answer you.
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
What do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want it?
Now!
We stand up and we won't take it anymore. Fire it up and we won't take it anymore.
Walmart policy. So you guys need to keep that in mind. If you guys have your proper credentials and you want to have a one-on-one meeting, that's fine.
Walmart policy don't work.
All we want to do is walk into the lab, intimidate.
The world is watching.
Deliver a letter. That's all we want to do. And walk right in and intimidate us.
The eyes of America are watching.
That's right.
The eyes of America are watching.
All Walmart associates across the United States are watching.
The eyes of America is watching.
How you disrespect
The eyes of America are watching.
because we want to sit out.
The eyes of America.
Human beings.
So don't tell me about your open door policy. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's broken. It's broken.
And we don't have a trust.
Send Karen Casey out.
Yes, send Karen Casey out. It's not a one-person problem. It's nationwide. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now.
Be able to verify that people
Well, according to these folks here,
We are
we
mining.
do one-on-one meetings.
No. No. So they can put it up in an open door.
They have an open door policy.
No, they don't.
It
It don't work for our associates.
arrest everybody if we don't get on the sidewalk.
Shame on you.
We want to arrest
Respect.
everybody.
Shame on you. 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 Shame on you.
I'm going to the fourth week. This is the fourth week. Paperwork that I was supposed to receive according to Walmart. I did not create these, y'all. I did not create this paperwork. Walmart did it. But I was not given any of it. The old saying is the proof is in the pudding. Well, Walmart got to eat this cake. And I want everybody to know that this is the truth that you're looking at. No names have been changed to protect Walmart. And here again, because this is the fourth week of training, it's more intense. It's talking about seasonal aisle, back room, pick list. Now, if I never signed off on this, how in the heck would I ever know how to do a pick list if nothing in my records ever showed that they ever gave me anything about a pick list, nothing about a smart termination labels, nothing about seasonal guide, nothing about working the back room. They never trained me on this. There is nothing in their records they can show. But yet they're going to terminate me. Inability to perform job. And if I worked in a department as department manager for 8 months, oh, I think a manager need to be fired and never given the training, and then say I can't do the job and you never trained me and you let me sit in a position for 8 months? Oh, how many more people have been treated the same way? Again, this is the fourth week. Let me go back again. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. This is my retirement papers, where I retired from the United States Air Force. This is my picture prior to going into the military. This is the training I received once I became a non-commissioned officer, which means I went to school to be trained on how to supervise my workers. And so at this point, I want to sit down and talk on the subject of my wrongful termination while at Walmart store 2615 in Valdosta, Georgia. This is a serious matter because of the fact that there are many more workers such as myself. As I said, the United States military trained me in every position for which they hired me to do. And this is the document, a 29-page document that Walmart produced themselves for every Walmart department manager, especially those in sporting goods, which I was department manager for at least 8 months. Yet they never entered me into this 29-page, 4-week sporting goods department managers training. It is required that I be assigned a trainer. That trainer initial off on, date, each week of training that I'm entered into. At the end of each 4-week training, my manager or my trainer and myself must date and sign that that portion of training has been covered and completed. It's in Walmart's own documents, their own directive, that this be done. And on the last page of the 4-week training, it states that if I fail to sign, date, and initial that each 4-week training period is covered, that I could be terminated. After completing what Walmart requires of a department manager, after the 4 weeks of training, we're required each week to sign it and date it. But on the last 4 weeks of training, there is an additional sheet consisting of 3 or 4 sheets here. And we have to acknowledge that every aspect, and he reviewed and he checked that I am efficient on each area of training. That's Walmart's requirement. I contend that I was never entered into this 4-week mandatory training for a sporting goods department manager. Yet, I was terminated under the heading of inability to perform job. Now, I've stated in my other videos, now I'm going into step 2. Now, the first year I was at Walmart, here, this is in my records, personnel records. During my first year, 2005, I made sure that this was in my record when I received my first disciplinary approximately 3 months into my being hired at Walmart. Everybody in the department worked on the same cash register. There was an overage in the cash register for $14.43. Each of us received a pink slip. All the other workers signed the pink slip, turned it back in. I refused to sign it because I felt that some type of accountability needed to be on a cash register. Why blame me when other people are working the same register? I brought this to management's attention, typed up a page and a half concerning accountability and that each worker needed to have their own cash register drawer so they would be responsible for what they do and not what someone else do. Assistant Manager Steve implemented my idea. It lasted for 3 months, if that. Then they converted back to everybody working on the same cash register and there were no accountability. So little did I know, the clerks up front at Walmart store 2615 saw me in the back down the hallway and said, "You the one that wrote that, typed that letter, and it's spreading, that needed to be done." It only made sense. And I became a somewhat underground hero in that regard. Now my question is, did that contribute to me being terminated some years later for inability to perform job. I'm going to each one of my disciplinaries that I receive, and I want you to judge. You also can go to kvci.blogspot.com and find most of my rebuttal letters that I've sent to Walmart, 29 of them. During my first year, that's 2005, I was employed in January. I went through it, all this is in my records. Once I found out that there was a lot of unprofessionalism at Walmart, I started keeping memo for records, and I kept memo for records all through the over 3 years that I was employed there. I found gun chokes was not priced. I did it. Brim busters was not being priced. I did it. And I don't mean, this is in addition to, because nobody told me to do this. My military training I gets kicked in, and I'm trying to build a better department among unprofessional people, ones who was getting at least $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Fishing reels would fall on customers. It was falling when I got there, falling on the customers. So I came up with an idea to run wire through the reels, or down all the aisles, and it completely stopped the falling of reels, which could possibly cause Walmart money. Now, the gun barrels on all guns, long guns that is, I worked in sporting goods, so we sold guns. This is what the deal was. They had a firearm resting in the yoke of metal. So I watched, I studied, and around the barrels would be damaged. Some of them had to reduce the price. So I came up with putting Velcro around every 16 or 18 guns, approximately 36 in both cabinets, and putting Velcro double stacked. It kept the barrels from being damaged, metal to metal contact. I went to my department manager, Jody, told her about it, and I implemented that at Walmart store 2615. I told my managers and store manager Hal that this something that had a broader reach at Walmart stores that could save Walmart money. But did they care? No. And so as I would go to the other stores, store 899, I would go to Atlanta, I would stop in Macon, and I would see long guns being damaged. But nobody seemed to care. I called the resource manager, told them, and I think the district manager, I don't remember his name, told them nobody seems to care. The military didn't teach me that type of management skills. I just did not receive it. And so I became puzzled. So anyway, I went on, and maybe that contributed to my inability to perform job. Also, layaway procedures. There were no layaway procedures down in the layaway department. One day, System Manager Steve and one of the workers got in a disagreement, and I came up with the idea to fix that. Maybe that contributed to my inability to perform job. Firearms in the gun room was discounted, and the customer didn't know the discounted gun was back there. So I went and priced them all, put them on a sheet of paper like this so the customers could see item for item. All those guns, all those guns was reduced in price, but the customers had no way of identifying those guns. So what did I do? I did this, put it on the counter. Guns began to sell from the back room. Store manager Hal came out and took it off, said it didn't look good. And so that forced me to wonder if somebody wasn't saving those guns for their friends to purchase. Just maybe, I'm not saying. But because to me, I wanted to sell the guns to make money for the company. Maybe that contributed to my inability to perform job years later. The golf clubs were unpriced. Nobody would clean that. I did that. And all this I put in my record. I made sure, and I'm going to skip right along. There's over 30, 40 some items that I made in my first year that nobody else would do, that I know saved Walmart money, made things easier to process long guns. But who cared? No one. So maybe by me coming up with all these ideas, it contributed to my inability to perform job. And I have written 29 letters to Walmart Stores Incorporated and presidents, and I have not received even a courteous reply with a valid date and signature. Yet they told me when I was receiving training as a subordinate or an associate before I came department manager, that there was an open door policy. I'm here to tell you There is no open door policy. It's a door that looks like it's open, but when you run into it, when you get in trouble, I will assure you it's plexiglass and you can hurt yourself. Next time we want to go into the processing and showing how some people get special treatment and don't even have to obey the managers nor the supervisors or department managers, and they are the ones who seem to go off to help in other stores. Those are the ones that get promotion. Those are the ones that moves up. The ones who can think outside of the box of incarceration and indoctrination, they are treated like workers in China or in some other third world nation, and then they'll terminate you and say inability to perform job. Although the 29-page requirement that Walmart designed themselves, nothing is initial off. They cannot produce where I was ever entered in this training or received this training. That they cannot do. And they refuse to even answer one question that I asked them. And I'm not by myself. I have these dolls that represent both black and white are being treated the same way. And we as Americans must stop sitting down and let people take advantage of us and our family members, our loved ones, and our neighbors as if though it doesn't matter to us. It's time for a change, y'all. It's time for a change. Tomorrow or next month, part 2. George Boston Rhymes, kvci.blogspot.com. I'm missing something. Wait a minute, what am I missing? Oh, my little friends over here. There we go, my little friends. Oh, wait, what they got down here? Let's see what they got. Oh, this is a recap of the last 2 pages of training. Here again. Oh my God, look at that. More initials that I'm supposed to initial and the system manager is supposed to initial. But guess what? It never happened. And is this why Walmart refuses to answer me? Oh, this sheet here, what is quiet? I told, let's see if Brother Ryan was lying. Let's go down to the bottom here. What does it say? Oh, there it is. It says that I acknowledge that I have completed each task as outlined in my detailed job-specific training. Oh. Plan. Signing this acknowledgement and not completing all tasks assigned in the training plan is what? Is falsification of a company record and may result in termination of employment. And then it says down here, associate signature. I asked Walmart to show me where I signed on that line. Assistant manager's signature. They refused to show me anybody that was ever assigned as a training. And lastly, completion date. They can't. That's why they won't answer me. Because they know that they never trained me. And so the story goes. Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth will set and make you free. It's time, y'all, that we start holding people accountable. And now the Republicans are talking about doing away with the little workers' rights that we have. And if you know it or not, the state of Georgia is an at-will to work state. Thanks to our legislators, Georgia legislators. We are about one of about 14 or 15 other states called an at-will to work state. I didn't know nothing about it until I was wrongfully terminated. They can fire you for good cause, bad cause, are for no cause at all. And they don't even have to tell you why they terminated you. Here again, I close this tape out. This is tape 4. This is the first week that I was denied this paperwork and this training as department manager at store 2615 in Valdosta, Georgia. This is week 2 that I was never given this required mandatory training for department managers, and all department managers should be trained. This is week 3. I did not receive not one sheet. God cannot prove that I signed off on any of this, nor did a trainer. And of course, this is week 4. This is week 4 of training. This is the paperwork. Walmart, not me. And of course, number 5, my little friends over here, they holding the last 2 sheets. And this is the 4th week of training. Then they verify, and they backs it up with a signature. And if I would fail to sign that signature, this is equivalent to the 623 in the military. But the only difference is the military train you. And then after training, if you cannot perform, then when a person is terminated, they understand why they was terminated. But if you are not trained, then next tape, I'm going to refute and rebut my first written coaching. You don't want to miss that one. Please stick around. To Bentonville, Arkansas, with a group of people under the label of our Walmart, only to be ignored by Walmart executives. I am standing in front of Walmart store number 899. Got a call a few days ago about an individual being terminated for speaking to someone who they believe were a union organizer. I'm going to put a pin in that, but I promise you I will get back with you because I want you to know the truth. Not only about my wrongful termination that occurred on March 20th of 2008, but I want you to understand that the people and workers in store 2615 here in Valdosta, Georgia, as well as 899 are coming forward. They just informed me that the conditions at 2615 has gotten worse than it was when I was working at Walmart, store number 2615. I come here, this location, near I-75, which runs from Florida into the state of Georgia and on through Macon and Atlanta, to say to you that this will not go away. I was severely mistreated. And until this day, Walmart refuses to even send me a courteous reply in terms of why they failed to enter me into the 4-week training program at store number 2615. And they act as if though they are a God beside God and answers to no one. But I am determined to let the world know that I, George Boston Rhines, live in the United States of America. And as such, I have a right. Even though Georgia, thanks to Zachary Chambliss, Senator Isaacson, Sanford Bishop, and Amy Carter, and many other elected officials that we keep returning to office. They ensure that Georgia is continuously and at will to work state, which means they can fire you for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all. And they don't even have to provide you with the reason. I have written the Georgia General Assembly many letters. The Georgia General Assembly, many letters and videos, how people are wrongfully terminated, and they will not even respond to me. Only about 3 Georgia senators, representatives, or elected officials will even respond to the fact that Georgia workers has little to no rights in the United States of America. And so I will close this clip out. I just want you to know today that the workers at Walmart Stores Incorporated and perhaps many other Georgia companies need help. The workers need somebody to tell their story to. They need somebody that will listen to them. We know, just like Walmart ignored us in Bentonville, Arkansas. We are in Bentonville, home of Walmart home office. I came from Valdosta, Georgia, area 2615 and store 899. I came because, as you all have seen my 28 videos, I have addressed all executives, including the board of directors. And today we will turn around at these doors. I'm here to let you know that we are still on the war path. Not for war, but we love Walmart so much until we want to help save Walmart from its own destruction. We want to save Walmart. We are not here to bury Walmart. We are here to save them. We're here to point out some things that they can make improvement upon for the American people. I am a retired military veteran. I did over 20 years in the armed forces, fighting for foreigners in foreign lands that I did not know, only to come home to be treated as a second-class citizen. That's why we are here. That's why the next clip that you see will be people's here in front of the home office in Bentonville. You get the message. I need not say no more.
Respect! Now! What do we want? Respect! What do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Mike up!
What do we want it?
I know Mike up!
What do we want?
I know Mike up!
What do we want?
Mike up!
What do we want?
Hey,
Now! What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
Now! Respect! Now! Respect!
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Respect! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Respect! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Respect! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Respect!
I almost lost my voice when you hear
When do we want it?
Now! Respect! Now! Respect! Now! And these men are to be respected. Here we go, Walmart! Here we go!
Here we go, Walmart. Here we go. Here we go, Walmart. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, really? Here we go. Here we go, Walmart. 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 Here we go. Here we go, Walmart.
kvci.blogspot.com. This is kvci.blogspot.com. In force. Go. Here we go. Here we go, Walmart. 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 Here we go. Here we go, Walmart.
We're around the sidewalk.
You both too.
No! Respect!
We're fed up and we won't take it anymore.
Give us an out!
Everybody has to move back.
They're demanding that we get back on the sidewalk.
You can occupy space on the sidewalks.
They're giving us our rights.
You can occupy space on the sidewalks.
We want
You cannot
white
occupy
goods!
space on private
We want
property.
white
Come on,
goods!
there.
We work here! We want white goods!
We work here.
We work here.
So what do we want?
Respect!
When do we want?
Now!
What do we want?
Respect!
When do we want?
Now!
What do we
No!
want?
Respect!
What do we want?
Now!
What do we want?
Private property. Now, you work the Walmart. You work the Walmart.
You need to leave now. Go back on the sidewalk. Go back on the sidewalk. You're on private property.
These are Walmart associates.
It's Walmart like a shit. Sidewalk.
This is Walmart associates. These are Walmart associates.
I work the Walmart.
You're not. You need to get on the sidewalk.
Okay, we're Walmart associates. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? We fed up and we won't take it anymore.
No more.
Come on, where is
I have all that.
I have it. Let it go right there.
Oh, here you
That's because they knew we were
Take it. I'm certainly your associate. Okay.
I'm an associate. I got my time card too.
They are being hard on us, y'all.
Oh, he's pushing him.
They are being hard on us. They're getting physical. Keep your cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. America needs to see this. America needs to see this.
Amen.
The sidewalk back here.
Keep your cameras rolling. Keep your cameras rolling. Let the world see.
Get your phones out.
$125 strong at least, not to mention the motorists and the pedestrians and the Walmart employees looking out the windows as we were turned away by Walmart executives. Only the police force, Walmart security forces met us as we were turned away in the United States of America. George Boston Rhymes, jbci.blogspot.com, YouTube, Boston, G.B.R. Doing what we do because we want to see change at America's largest retail store. That is Walmart Stores Incorporated. We believe that workers should have a right, and that they should not be ignored in the United States of America. That's my belief, and that is the belief of many American citizens. So we're going to leave you now, but I want you to have nothing but the truth. And sooner or later, Mr. Duke, Mr. Glass, and the board of directors will have to come and tell George Boston Rhymes why he was treated differently from all other department managers in America and perhaps around the world. My store managers have and I want the American people to understand that Walmart Stores Incorporated, President Lee, Mike Duke, Macmillan, and others have ignored and mistreated too many American workers. And I'm in Valdosta, Georgia. I was wrongfully terminated March 20th, 2008. 4 years and 3 months later, Walmart executives have refused to even respond to me in the least manner. I have sent them over 150 videos, many on YouTube, 68 letters and emails, yet I've been ignored. I was terminated at store 2615 by the store manager, Hal, under the heading of inability to perform job. Yet I asked repeatedly to be trained. When Walmart themselves had already developed a 4-week training program designed for all Walmart sporting goods department managers. Yet, store manager Hal and Frank Summerlin and other assistant managers and co-managers refused to enter me into such training. Yet they could terminate me and not even give me a reply after 4 years and 3 months to the question, did you develop this training? Did Walmart Stores Incorporated develop this training for department managers? And if so, why did you deny George Boston Rhymes this training? A training wherein department managers
his training, or assistant managers, CSMs, and others, as well as the personnel manager, must initial off on, date, and sign every aspect and every page of this training. But this training I was denied. Yeah. And yet Walmart is so bold that they could ignore me. Tired, a military veteran of the Vietnam era, and not even provide me with a single response with a valid signature and date. That's right. This is Walmart Stores Incorporated. This is America's largest retail giant. And so after 4 years and 3 months, I guess they think, though I put my life on the line in the armed force, that I'm supposed to bury my head like the legend concerning the ostrich bird and pretend that I'm in heaven. And so these 4 weeks of training was to be initial off, dated, and signed by the person that trained me and my initials as well. See, I didn't create this. This was on the wire of Walmart Stores Incorporated. And so I asked Walmart president, just show me one little block, like right there. One block wherein George Boston Ryans signed off on any of this training. I told Mr. Lee, President Lee, and I told President Duke, and every board of the member at Walmart Stores Incorporated, that if they just produce me one line, like that line right there. See that line right there? Just one line where I initialed off on, then I would apologize publicly to Walmart Stores Incorporated. But they haven't answered me because they know that they never trained me. Well, no, not really the last. After each week of training, I'm required, and my assistant, and I am just one of many workers that Walmart get away with because we don't respect workers' rights in the United States of America. We play games with the people, yet we tell people we love our veterans. The hell you do. The hell you do. Whether you're a senator or House of Representative. And then guess what, y'all? After the 4 weeks of training, of all of these documents, that George Ryan didn't receive not a single one. And then they gonna terminate me under the heading of inability to perform job, as if though I'm a citizen of the Republic of China or in some other third world nation. The proof is in the pudding. So guess what? After the 4-week training period, after I initial off on all this documentation and all of this training, some of it dealing with firearms, then the last, well, no, not really the last. After each week of training, I'm required, and my assistant manager, see right there, in this case it would have been Frank Summerlin at store number 2615. He would have to sign that block right there stating that I had completed all of this training. See right there? See? Assistant manager, his name was Frank Summerlin. And of course, associate, that had been my initials. But not a single block was signed. Not one. And this was Walmart's own document. My mom and daddy didn't develop this form. Walmart did. And yet they can mistreat workers like that. And then on the very last document, now this is for every week of training, guess what happens? the end of every week, it was a requirement to sign initial and then sign the last page saying, I acknowledge that I have completed each task as outlined in my detailed job-specific training plan. Signing this acknowledgement and not completing all tasks assigned in the training plan is falsification of company record and may result in termination of employment. And then after you do that, guess what? I had to sign, but they didn't. I never provided a signature because I never given the training. Then Assistant Manager Frank Summerlin's supposed to sign right there, but he never signed it because Store Manager Harold Harwell never ensured that this be done. Then date of completion was supposed to be entered right there on that line. And so I asked all presidents since 2008 to show me in writing who was even assigned as my trainer, and they have yet to respond. I asked them to show me just one block where I initialed off on, saying that I had been trained, or that our assistant manager had signed up, which was a requirement, y'all. It was required that these blocks be signed. Why put blocks on a form if they're not required? Yet, they terminated me over 4 years ago, and they thought that I would join the 100 or 1,000 of other employees that simply bury their heads in the sand and pretend that they're in heaven while they continue to let the wicked control the United States of American workers as if though we're in China or in some other third world country. Let the truth be told about Walmart, so our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our neighbors, and yes, even our enemies, so they can breathe. So they can breathe. Walmart does not have a right to mistreat American citizens like this. They can treat the people in China or Canada or Germany or in some foreign country the way they want to. But it's a disgrace to do it here in the United States of America. George Boston Ryan's stand for truth in the same manner I stood on foreign battlefields, standing up for the rights of people that I did not know. Then I sure as heck intend to stand up for my own children and my own fellow Americans. What say you, the American people? What say you about America's largest retail giant? Or do you care? Or do you care? This is a wrongfully terminated Walmart manager, and I traveled to Bentonville, Arkansas, October the 12th, 2011, only to be turned away. Not even permitted to set foot on Walmart property, along with 140 other current and former Walmart associates, department managers, and yes, a couple of former store managers who are fed up with what Walmart is doing to the American workers. And do you know that Georgia is an at-will to work state? Which means you can be fired for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all. And your employer not even required to tell you why. What a disgrace to the founding fathers of this republic. Walmart, you can do better. And before it's over, I believe you're going to be forced to do better. I joined our Walmart, by the way, because I know the people that I left behind need help in 2012. Bye-bye. We gone. And share this with the suffering Walmart workers today. Don't be afraid. Too many people have bled, suffered and died to make this great nation what it is today. Bye-bye. We go.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Respect. I almost lost my voice when you're here. When do we want it? Now. Respect. Now. Respect.
And these men are to be respected. Here we go, Walmart. Here we go.
Here we go, Walmart. Here we go. Here we go, Walmart. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, really? Here we go. Here we go, Walmart. 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 Here we go. Here we go, Walmart.
Bye-bye. We gone. I was out here because I'm a former Walmart 40-year department manager. I worked at Walmart 3.5 years. I was wrongfully terminated. I have sent President Mike Duke, Chairman of the board and board of directors, 31 letters, 27 videos. Proof gave them 31 pages of proof that I was never trained as the sporting goods department manager. And so I came from Valdosta, Georgia, store 2715 and 899. I came here to make a difference. And I really was hoping after 3.5 years of being ignored by Walmart, I thought that they would at least listen to what we were saying today. And I'm gravely disappointed, but it did not come to the show.
And what were you saying today? What was the message you wanted to deliver to them?
I wanted to deliver a message to them that we love Walmart. We don't dislike Walmart. We love Walmart so much until we're trying to save Walmart from itself. We're trying to save Walmart from the presidents who undoubtedly
undoubtedly want to align us with the people of the Republic of China. But we are the people, and we have a voice. We stand for freedom, justice, and equality. So what I wanted to do, in short form, I wanted to bring all active duty military, all retired veterans such as myself, under one banner of freedom, respect for the individual. I wanted to return them back to the very foundation of Mr. Sam Walton. And I hate to say it, but I was terribly, terribly disappointed today.
Because he didn't come out.
Absolutely. But then again, I guess, after 3.5 years of being ignored, this is just a pattern in practice of something that seems like we're going to have to come another day. But they will eventually be forced to reckon with our Walmart, because our Walmart is the people of America. And without the people of America, Walmart would not exist. And when Walmart go over to China, Germany, or in foreign countries, they are nothing more than our ambassadors. And so when they go to represent us, they need to come right back here and understand that we are not going to let them make the world think that all of us approve of what they're doing in the job market. And that's the way it is.